What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Never Learn podcast with me, your host and friend, hopefully, Nadim Manuel. Thank you for joining me on today's episode. As you can see, well, if you're watching, hello, and thank you for watching. If you are just listening, that's okay too, but I recommend you watch. There's a bit of a change situation going on. I'm currently holding a mic, and more specifically, a tiny mic. We have a tiny mic, and this thing actually works. I tried it earlier today, but I made a mistake. I made a mistake, and I'll get into that. It's not that deep. But I'm excited to be recording. Obviously, judging by the title, there's really not much. We're just gonna sit and chat at 2 o'clock. It's actually, if you're thinking I'm capping, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I can show you if you're watching. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, you can see that, but it's 2:07 right now, and you may be asking, Natalie, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing awake at 2 o'clock in the morning? Like, it's finals week, it's finals time. Should be sleeping, should be practicing that sleep. Like, what's going on? I will let you know soon. But honestly, to be completely honest, I kind of completely forgot about the podcast, but not in a bad way, in the sense that I've just been overloaded with work, and I've just been like drowning myself in finishing work and assignments, that I was like, oh snap, I need to record an episode. So, but we won't have that problem during the winter break, because obviously there won't be school. But I was like, oh snap, I need to record. But I'm super happy to record. I mean, I'm not tired, which is weird, but I know, like, I want to sleep. I want to like sleep, because I want to get up in the morning to go to the gym. But I digress. Welcome back if you're returning. I appreciate you coming back if you have come back. But if you're a first timer, so nice and so lovely to have you here, and I hope you can stick around and enjoy this ride that we have going on. Who knows where this little thing will take us? Maybe somewhere, maybe nowhere, but it's gonna be fun. I hope. Well, it's fun for me, but I hope it's fun for you as well. And I'm just excited to be here, as I always am. So that being said, self-check-in moment. How are we doing? Firstly, how am I doing? Maybe I haven't asked myself that question in a long time. And I feel like I actually don't know, when other people ask me that, I just say I'm okay, and I don't know, I genuinely don't know how to respond, because I don't know, do I say that I'm tired, I'm exhausted? I actually, because no one ever asked me that, so I just don't know how to respond. But genuinely, I'm okay. I think I hope, I guess it's not really, I was gonna say, I think I'm doing the right things in my life, but then again, you don't know. But I feel like I'm doing things that I want to do, one being the pod, going to the gym, eating well, just doing the things that I want to do that make me happy and bring the most joy. And that's ultimately the most important thing for me. If I'm doing those things, and obviously there's like school and just like life in general, but if I'm doing those things, I feel pretty solid, I feel pretty good. So I'm actually doing well. I feel like I'm doing well. I don't know. Obviously a little bit tired, a bit overloaded with work, but nothing I can't handle. So all is good in the neighborhood. But I hope that you are well. Hope that you're happy. I hope that you are healthy, and I hope that you're taking care of yourself as you should. And I hope you had a beautiful and gorgeous day today. I hope you did something fun, something that made your heart happy. But if your day didn't go so swell, happens to the best of us, and that's okay. The sun will rise again tomorrow. We go again tomorrow with a good energy, good mindset, and so we do. We keep going. We just keep going. Once again, thank you so much for joining me on today's episode. I love this tiny mic. I think it's the best thing ever, and the fact that it actually works is just so convenient. And while we're on the tiny mic situation, let me talk about this. So basically, I got a tiny mic. Not for my phone. The tiny mic is supposed to be for like visuals, kind of. No, not kind of. It is supposed to be for visuals. So I ordered this thing, and obviously I didn't think, so I'm recording on my phone, my other phone. Okay, wait, this is so confusing. So confusing. I have a phone right in front of me, if you're watching, and I'm also recording visually, video on the phone. Now, why do you have two phones, you may ask? Good question. This phone that I'm recording on is like half broken, and I've been meaning to get a new phone, and I've been super blessed and lucky, and just like to have like the opportunity to buy myself a new phone while being here. And I don't use that much. It's mostly for like yeah, I think about it as like my American phone. So I'm during the winter break, I'm gonna like move like my American SIM card that's in this phone into this phone that is recording now. Just so that there's some like difference, so that when I go home, it's just with my South African SIM card and Vodacom, whatever, and then you know what I mean. So just to make things easier. But I meant to buy this tiny mic for the phone, but stupid me didn't think about that it's not an Android. So like the thing that you plug in is not like for an iPhone. So I was super like devastated about that, because the whole point of getting a tiny mic was for the phone. But it's okay. We figured something out. I managed to get like an adapter, so that should be coming in like on Friday, I think. So that's nice. But I did like a random video just for myself. Why? That sounds so like, why are you doing videos for yourself? But I did for myself, and I was saying that I'm spending like money, and I'm basically broke right now. I don't have money. But I'm just like, I have access to everything that I need here, so it's not that deep. But I'm like buying all these things. Like this tiny mic costs like a certain amount of money, and now I can't even use it for what I wanted to use it. Now I have to buy an adapter for some money, and I just feel like I'm throwing money like left, right, and center. But I you know, like constructed my thinking and thought, look, I'm investing in the pod, and in the long term, this will serve me. So me investing in a mic is not a bad thing. You know, I'm investing in what I like to do, so that keeps me at ease a little bit in terms of like just spending money. It got so bad, it's not even bad, but it got to a point where I literally had to like switch off my card so that I don't spend money on like things that I don't really need. Anyway, so this is the tiny mic. So yeah, why am I recording at 2 o'clock in the morning? So basically, well, actually, I did not have, because I completely forgot, I did not have like anything planned. I had something for Sunday, but I just had nothing planned for this episode. So I was like, oh snap, like what am I gonna do? But obviously things happen along the week, and I write things down, things that I may want to speak about. But I'm like, what is like gonna be the center? Because usually there's like a topic or whatever, or like something we do. But there was like nothing. It's just like these random things happening to me during the week. So I was like, what am I gonna do? And then literally day before, I'm like, oh snap, I need to record, don't have a title. So I might as well just say recording it. And it just happened to be that it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. So this is what we're doing. We're just gonna chat. And honestly, I don't have a favorite kind of episode, but I feel like these kind of episodes where, you know, anything can happen, I can talk about literally whatever, can go two ways. It can come off as like extremely boring, and if you're like a first timer, it's like what? So it can come off like really boring and bad. But if maybe like you've been listening for a while, you know that this is what happens. Like I talk about like whatever, and you might like it. So wherever you are on that spectrum is your own thing. I don't know what to say after that. So we're just gonna chat about what's been happening lately, life, and we'll see. Like I don't know how long this episode's gonna be. Could be an hour, could be 20 minutes. But I obviously have like things written down that just like happened to me. The first thing I just want to like throw this out there is that which one should I do first? I literally just said like check out the Insta, but I'm like, what is that for? What is that for? I'm trying to remember now. I think on Tuesday, cause I'm like trying to get into more social media stuff, but it's like it's so like I just don't understand like how it works. Not that I'm like old, but it's just that I just don't know like what I'm doing. But I'm figuring it out. So like let me make a reel, because obviously winter break bonanza is upon us. So let me make a reel. So I went out in the morning. There's like this really pretty spot on campus. Don't even know, it's next to the tennis courts, and it's like this grass. And if you look at the reel, you can see kind of. And then it's like this whole little situation. And it was so pretty in the morning that I was like, I want to do something here. And it's basically just a video of me like saying 9 more days till winter break, whatever, bonanza, pay me to, and me running. So that was fun. I had a good time. So you can check that out if you want. That'll be really nice. Just, you know. Anyway, moving on. I wrote, because I was watching, what's her name? Morgan Riddle, I think. I'm not sure, but Morgan. And she was doing this thing like a vision boards, whatever. And I just like to watch people. And I was like, maybe I should do a vision board for 2024. But then I was like, no, scratch that, because it's literally only the 6th of December, 7th of December. I'm not like in the headspace to be doing a vision board right now. And I could do the vision board like during the winter break, where it's more like into December, and it feels like the new year is like upon us, but it just feels too soon right now. So I just like scratch that completely. And I wanted to like I think I will eventually during the winter break revisit, because I did have like a vision board, not really a vision board, but I'll make a proper vision board. But I had like a thing, like quotes and like maybe words and sayings that I wanted to associate with 2023. So maybe during the winter break we'll look over that. I mean, I can't look over it now because it's on my phone and I'm recording on my phone. So yeah, but let me talk about this. This was super fun. So I saw, this is really exciting for me. So being from South Africa, from George particularly, I have never ever in my entire life, well, that's not true, but I've seen snow from afar, like on the mountains, but I never like physically right in front of me seen snow. Like I've never seen snow. So coming here, I was super excited. People telling me that there's snow because we're in like the mountains or whatever, and I was super excited to just like experience snow. You know what I mean? And it's so interesting, like the difference, because here in America or in the Northern Hemisphere, the idea of Christmas is like associated with snow. Like you think Christmas, you think snow, you think like fire, you think Christmas movies, being inside, blah, blah, blah. Me or everyone else in the Southern Hemisphere, it's December. So we're going out, going to the beach. So many festivals happening in December because it's so hot, because it's summer. And it's just like my association with December is like going to the beach. Going to the beach, being outside, wearing shorts. Yeah, I never had enough money to go to festivals, so that was just like not on the card. So sad. But that was just like not on the cards for me. But besides the point, it's just like being outside and going to the beach. Because as I say, it's December, so it's about to go crazy. But like being here, it's like everyone's inside, cozy, you know, all these things. So it's really interesting, like that polarity with Christmas. And it's like, to me, it's crazy that it's cold, and to everyone else, that's so crazy to me that it's like hot in December. But to me, it's like that's what December is. Like it's hot. Anyway, so today, well, yesterday, I saw snow for the first time. Let me tell you the story a little bit. It's not that deep, but I remember we had a Christmas party, which I'll talk about as well. And they were saying that it looks like, well, they were talking about that there could be snow the next day, and I was like, ooh, snow. And whatever, took it with a grain of salt. We left the party. It's not like a party, it was like a team thing. and went back to the dorms, whatever. So now I'm sleeping, and it sounds like a storm is happening outside, and I'm like, I don't even know what the time is, but it's in the morning, and it sounds like a storm, and I'm like, ugh. And then I remembered, ooh, maybe there's snow, and I, open the blinds with my two fingers, and it's like there's snow, and it's just like white, and there's snow like falling, like literal snow is falling. There's wind as well, so it's like blizzarding, kind of. And I was like, oh, I literally went like over there, and I was like, oh my word, like I've never like seen snow like that. So literally 2 minutes later, I was like, I'm gonna get up because I want to see the snow. And so I got up and I went outside, and it kind of died down really quickly. So then like it was just like super dark, like there was so many clouds. Then like 10 minutes later, it was like blue skies, and I was like, what the heck? And then but the stone was still like on the grass, and I went outside, and I actually, let me post, I'll post it on, on the Instagram, because I even like on my personal story I posted like me as I literally whoa, first timer, because I've never seen snow before. So I'm like standing in the snow, and I literally fell on my bum, but I don't know if I'll show that part. But I took a video, and I was like, it's so pretty. And obviously they say that this is not even like the worst, this isn't even like a lot of snow, but to me I was like, that's a lot of snow. And I went outside, I touched it with my hands, and I was like, this is insane. I have so many videos on my phone, because I was like, this is crazy. And then I took a video of me like just like in the snow, and it was like the best. This is like the best day of my life. I was like, this is the best thing ever to have happened to me today. And then I thought of like my family back home, and I was like, let me show them this, because it's like so crazy that they are like on the other side of the world, and it's like hot there. And I sent them a photo and a video, and I was like, it's snowing. And they were like, whoa, and that's so crazy. And they were like, it's so hot here. And it was like a wholesome thing, I think, in a way. Also just like talking to my family, because sometimes like I don't talk to them all the time, because I'm like, what am I gonna say? Like, I've got nothing to say to you, not in a bad way, but I've just got nothing to say. Like, I would phone my mom, like, I don't know, what would I don't know. Anyway, so I sent them that, and it was just a good day. And I mean, after that, I was like, let me go to the gym, because there was like gonna be like a breakfast thing. Went to the gym for like 40 minutes, so good. Then I went to go eat and carried on with my life, with my day. So saw snow for the first time. Thinking about it, I just watched Hunger Games. Anyway, scratch that. Yeah, so we had a Christmas party with the team. It's weird because we don't have practice right now. I think I said that. If you're new and you're like, what are you talking about? So I'm here in the US playing tennis at the university. So I'm obviously on a tennis team. And yeah, that's basically it. Nothing crazy. But we had a Christmas party. So we're not practicing right now because it's like finals week, so we just like don't practice. Well, but you can hit with your teammates if you want. Obviously, it's like not advice, but it's like encouraged that you hit with them. But whatever. So I just like haven't seen anybody. Like, I've seen like my roommates and some people, but there's some of them like I haven't seen. So we had a party, and I obviously haven't seen my coach like in who knows how long. And it was nice. We had a gingerbread competition. We had food, which was really good. We played games, which was nice. You know what game we always play? And this isn't like a vase to them or anything, but it's Mafia. Now, I'm not a fan of that game. I think it's a really fun game with the right people. But, and you could say, oh, you hate the game because you suck. Yes, like I suck at the game. That's why I would much rather like watch, because I hate I don't hate the game, that's too much. But I just don't like the game. So we would always play it, and I'm like, oh, And it's like, it's a really good game, but like the first one, it's like, what do you, there's nothing to like base it on, and I'm such a bad liar that it's like, I just don't enjoy the game. But if you play with the right people who are good and are really like juicy or whatever, and know how to like keep the energy in the live, then it's a good thing. But a game that I like is quite similar. It's called Silent Murderer. I remember playing that at Glenwood, and it was so good because there's no talking involved. Well, is there? No, there isn't. There's no talking involved. It's like everyone sits in a circle, and obviously, I think if you pat someone's head, that they are the murderer, and then if you pat someone's head twice, like they could be the detective or whatever. And basically, oh, this is so fun. Basically, what happens is everyone closes their eyes, and you open your eyes, and if you know the game, then whatever. And then everyone's in a circle, and the murderer needs to wink at somebody, and then that person dies. That person just like falls back. And obviously the job of the detective is to find the murderer. But I actually don't know what happens if the murderer kills the detective. Can't remember, but I played that in like grade 4, grade 6. But it was such a good game because there's no talking. It's just like the murderer, like just like sniping everybody. And it starts game, and then yeah, it's over. But if Mafia is for you, then all good. I'm more of like a card game person. Like with activity, I'm not like talking much, but whatever. So we had a gingerbread competition. We won. My teammate and I won. We did. I don't have a photo. Do I? No, I don't. Maybe I can find a photo. But we did Spider-Man. So good. Like it was so good. I wish we could actually have eaten the gingerbread, but I had a gingerbread biscuit. So gingerbread, I'm going everywhere, but gingerbread biscuits are one of my favorite biscuits like in the whole world. And where were we? I think we were in, where were we? Not Wilmington, might have been UNCG. Don't know where that is. Greensboro, I don't know. But we went to, I don't know, like a mall situation, and then there was a cookie place. And then they had ginger biscuits. I was like, I love ginger biscuits. So I had it, but it was like too ginger. Like it was like real ginger. Well, not real ginger, but it was like something was off. And so then I'm not having a ginger biscuit ever again here. And even like the biscuits here are, or the cookies, whatever, a lot of them are not biscuits. Like they're not biscuits, because biscuits, they're like crunchy. And I know biscuits, they refer to biscuits as like scones, which is insane to me, but biscuits are supposed to be like crunchy, not like soft. And a lot of the biscuit places or the cookie places here are like, they kind of like soft-ish and very sweet. Like I can't finish one. But they're not bad. I think if it's for you, then it's for you. If it's not, it's not. Moving on. But it was nice. It was nice to see everyone again. And then we had a team meeting today, so it was just nice to get together a little bit. What else do we have to talk about? Oh, this is nice. Oh, I'm so stupid. That's so bad. I was gonna read. Oh, that sucks. That would have been fun. But I was gonna read a bit of Shadow and Bone. I haven't read it in a minute because I've just been like consumed with like finishing assignments. But when I do read, I read a lot. But I'm almost finished with the book. I'm actually almost finished. Because the chapters are long, so I try to read like a chapter a day or 2 chapters a day, so like finishes like that. But scratch that because I'm not reading anymore. That sucks. I was actually really excited to read. Anyway, a couple of days ago, I could have bought my guitar as well, oh my word, but it's okay. It's okay. But a couple of days ago marked 1 year of playing guitar. Now I might be wrong because let me tell you. So I got a guitar. I've spoken about it a little bit on the pod here and there, but I got a guitar last year, December. I know I got the guitar on the 1st of December, but I didn't start playing like a week later, or practicing or learning. I didn't start learning like a week later, and I literally wrote here. I can actually show you, but it says I wrote here because I wrote like 1st of December till like 4th, because I played like, I started practicing like learning somewhere like in between there. And then I said, been 1 year since I started learning the guitar. And I've always wanted to track my progress, but I just haven't. But I've definitely improved. You know, muscle memory is a thing. But I wrote here, I don't know if you can see that. There's a lot of to-do list, but it says there, the 1st or the 4th, because I cut my finger. I was so sad. Like, I was so sad because I was so excited when I got the guitar. I've always wanted to learn an instrument. I think for me, if you don't know, well, obviously, depends. That was roller coaster. But if you're new, I'm obviously like an athlete, not athletic, but I do a lot of sports. I love sports. But I've always had like another side of me that's been super, I'm not like creative, but I've liked like artsy things. So I've always wanted to learn an instrument, drawing, poetry, whatever, reading books. Like, there's the athlete side of me, and then there's that side of me. And I love them both. I need them both in my life. And I've always wanted to learn an instrument. Like, I just needed something else for my soul. Just needed something else that was completely separate from this like athlete identity, whatever. And obviously I found that in like the podcast, in like writing, journaling, doing all these fun things. But I've always wanted to learn an instrument. I think it's such a flex as well, but also just like I needed something else. So then I got a guitar, best purchase ever, and I was so excited to learn. But literally the day of, like, I got the guitar and then I was making food. I remember this so vividly. I was cutting a carrot, and we didn't have like a peeler because peelers just like disappear. So I had to cut it with a knife. So I'm like there, and obviously I've done this quite a couple times, so I wasn't like looking all the time. My bad. So I was like doing this, and then I was like, ow, and I cut my finger, and it was my middle finger. It was the middle or the index. And obviously when you play guitar, you press, and I just could not press, and I was like, oh my god. So I have to wait. I literally wore a plaster to maybe, I don't know why I thought that would help, but I had to wait like a week till I could like press my finger again. And then I started. But it's been a year since playing the guitar, and it's been so much fun. It's just been so fun. And if you look on that Instagram post or reel, you can see, no, it's not, okay, that's a lie. It's not this guitar, because I had to buy a guitar here, but I have one back home. And that one at home is much smaller, which I like, but this one's huge. Like, I have to like go like this. Sucks, but it's okay. But I decorated her really pretty. She's got a lot of stickers. I think it definitely represents me, the guitar, because there's like Marvel stickers, then there's Adventure Time, and then there's like a cute little Disney Princesses corner. I definitely want to add more there, but it's like, this is so me. But you can check it out, you know, like the reel, share the reel, I wouldn't mind. But it's been a year and it's been super fun. It's been challenging. Like, I've been playing more these days than usual, because I have like moments where I play every day, but then at times just like don't play. But I try to push myself to play at least every day for like 10 minutes or a little bit, whether it's like learning a song or a particular finger picking pattern to like practice or whatever it may be. And I'm practicing more these days, but like my fingers, they've been like starting to hurt, obviously because I'm not as used to it, but they have calloused a little bit, but I obviously need to play more. And they've been going like purple, like they go purple, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Then I have to stop for like 5 minutes, and then I know I'm playing long when I can feel like a stinging and it goes through my finger. But it's the best, no complaints. It sounds like I'm complaining a lot, but no complaints. It's the best thing ever. And yeah, I mean, I'm just like, it's just been like a dream to play an instrument, and I'm obviously wanting to learn more, you know, improve my skills, whatever they may be, like ear training, more like chords or whatever. But I just like, it's just a nice little, it's different. Like as I say, it's like a different thing to like this whole like athletic situation. But the dream is, and it's always been the dream, but I was like, let me start somewhere, because it's cheaper. I don't have money. The dream is to play piano. I think the piano is like, I even like was gonna buy a keyboard. Like, I probably will eventually buy a keyboard here, because it's just like a dream of mine. And if you've been here for a while, you know that I literally write songs that I want to learn on the piano. Because that's also like a motivator as well. But it's just like, I need to play piano. Not like I need to, but that's the goal. The goal is the piano. So I'll probably go from like, because I have an acoustic guitar now, maybe, just maybe go to electric, but I'm probably just gonna hop straight to like keyboard, and then after the keyboard get an electric guitar, because it's like guitar adjacent to the acoustic. But I need a piano in my life. I just like, look, if you picture like, I picture like my future house, apartment, whatever, and there's like a piano or keyboard right there. Obviously, well, it depends how good I eventually get, but there has to be like a room with like instruments. And also another dream I used to play a bass. I love a bass. A bass is so cool. It's so like, I just love a bass. But the dream is to play a piano. And then I always said that I have like, that's my dream instrument, but then I have like an exotic one, which is the cello. I think a cello is like a really pretty instrument, but it's probably like so hard to learn. Like, I see Daniel Sevi, from Why Don't We, but also just like an amazing musician. And this dude plays literally every single thing. And also Jacob Collier, like I don't know, because I obviously didn't grow up playing instruments. So I'm like picking up late, but I just love music so much. And it's just like the best thing ever. So we'll see. I'll update. I'll give an update on how that's going. And a lot of people have, not a lot of people, but people who know that I just happen to like play guitar occasionally are like, you know, why, you know, do you play for someone? I'm like, no. I think for me, it's for me. And it's always been that. It's always been for me. And maybe if like someone asks me, do you want to play something, I'll play something. But it's literally always been for me, which sounds kind of selfish, but it's not really. But I don't see myself like perform. Like, no, I can't sing to save my life. I love singing, can't do it well, but I love it. So I play and sing like to myself in my room, like by myself, and it's the best thing ever. And same thing with the piano, just like playing on myself. So good. So and yeah, Instagram knows that too, because I've been getting so many like keyboard piano ads and like music guitar ads, and low-key I'm like, this, I need to get off, because this is like so tempting. It's so tempting. But I feel like I'll get a keyboard maybe during the next year fall. Yeah, I think that's where I see, because I've been thinking about this a little bit. So obviously I'm not going home for the winter break. So yeah, I'm not going home, but I'm going home next year for the summer. And then obviously come back for the fall. But then I've been thinking, do I want to go back home for the fall? I mean, yeah, for the winter next year, or should we do a winter break part 2? No, I'm kidding. But, or do I go back home during winter break, and then instead of going home in the summer, find or get like a summer job, because I feel like that's a really good thing to do. But then again, I need to like ask around and see like where I could do that. You know what I mean? So that's then, because then I can make some cash money. You know what I mean? Make some cash money, and then obviously next fall I probably won't go home. That's gonna be, I think my one friend did that, where he didn't go home for like a year, which is basically what I'm doing. So it's not that deep, but where he just doesn't go home, and then they see him like after a year, because he obviously worked during the summer, and then he stayed during the winter, because it's like it's such a short time. Like, I don't see the point. And people have been asking me, like, what are you gonna do? I'm like, yeah, no, winter break. But I obviously don't say that. I don't say I have like a whole. I don't say I'm gonna podcast every single day and do things every single day, because no one needs to know that. But yeah, keep myself entertained. Practice guitar every day. Like, there's so much to do, you know. It's not that bad. Where was I going with that? So yeah, but that's that time's problem. But I am going home for the summer. It's gonna be nice, which is actually gonna be autumn. So I don't know, but like, it's summer here, so it's gonna be autumn at home, and then going into winter. It's okay. It's okay. I feel like I always wonder, like, what am I gonna do? Because obviously not gonna be seeing my family for like 8 months, and then finally like me coming back, like, but knowing my family, it's not gonna be that deep. Like, the first day it's gonna be like, oh my word, maybe like, oh wow, it's been so long. After that, it's back to like my normal life. Like, it's back to my normal life. I'm probably gonna go home, sit around, maybe like actually actively see some people that I know, and do things, but probably not. And then probably maybe one weekend I'll go to like PE, and it's not gonna be that deep. Like, being here, and I'm still like, oh, in that mindset or in that headspace, and maybe that'll change. But I just see this thing, me being here, as like a really long tour, like a really long trip. So like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like I'm like living here and that I go home. It feels like, okay, it's kind of like the opposite. It feels like I like live at home, but then I come here occasionally to do what I do, then I go back. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm living here, then I go back and to like chill, and then I come back home, quote unquote. But it just feels like I'm here for like a long tour, and then I'm gonna go home, chill, relax, and then I'm coming back on this tour again. You know, just this thing. So I'm not taking it too hard. I think obviously you have your moments where you're like, dang, I wish I was at home right now. Or I just wish I was like in my own bed, or just like just living my life, even though this is my life now, but just like being at home, waking up, like watching YouTube while eating eggs or something. I don't know. I'm sitting on like the counter chair or whatever. But then again, this is like part of life. Like, this is not, I wouldn't say essential to like growing up, because that's not true. Whoa, that actually hurt, but that's not true. But this is like, I think moving out of like parents' home and living somewhere else on your own, I guess, is, I don't know, it's like, I think it's part of growing up in a way, and kind of learning to be, what's the word? It's not self-sufficient, but on your own, and dealing with that, because, okay, I don't want to get deep and dark, so I'm not going to get deep and dark. But yeah, life is good. Anyway, moving on, what was I going to say? I think this might be one of the last things, what is that? One of the last things I speak about. So, what's the day today? 7th. It's been like a week. I've been fasting for a week now, so that's nice. Not like I haven't eaten in a week, but intermittent fasting. We don't know, I've been intermittent fasting. Why? I don't know. I think I've done I can't say it. Intermittent fasting in the past, and it's been really positive for me in terms of like, I think I have moments where I'm just like eating recklessly. And I wasn't actually eating recklessly, but I just thought, you know what, I want to intermittent fast for a month, so I'm going to do it. And it's always been really positive, so I was like, let me do it. But I'm having a little bit of a dilemma. And it's really bad. And it's making me rethink like a lot of things, but whatever. So I wanted to share this dilemma of mine. And, you know, you can let me know your thoughts a little bit. But let me take you back. So a couple of nights ago, I watched The Pianist. Now, I know this is a good movie, not actually heard about it, but I've seen there's like a photo or like a shot, in the movie that you like see quite often. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch The Pianist. I think it was like 2 hours and 40 something, or 2 hours and 30 something, so I was like, I have time. Watch The Pianist. And wow, it was moving in a lot of ways. And this is what made me had this dilemma of mine. So obviously, if you watch The Pianist, I don't want to like say the whole movie because even me, I can't remember. But it's about this guy, but it's mostly about the situation of, you know, because it's like Jews and Nazis and Germany and the rule of Germany over the Jews, and then people coming to help whatever the Americans or France, whatever. It's just like a whole like in those times. And this guy, the pianist, Vladek, he's a pianist, and he goes on this whole like journey of surviving, literally just surviving. And basically why I'm having this dilemma is because watching this movie and seeing people like be, I don't even know how to say this, but seeing people who are hungry and being deprived of food and resources and just being like abused by this, you know, the people, the Germans in this movie. Then again, it's a movie, and I know it's like somewhat, it's a true story. It's rooted in truth. So we know like the history of like that. And just watching this movie and seeing people hungry and literally like rationing, like they were rationing food, saying like this guy. There was a point where Vladek was so hungry that he was like, I'm so hungry, and I don't know, it just like made me think a little bit. And people dying because not eating, people having such little energy because they just don't have food, water, like resources they could, and they're being deprived from like the Germans, whatever. And I'm lying there, I'm like, dang, and I was thinking, here I am living my life, choosing not to eat at certain periods of the day, and being like, yeah, you know, I just don't want to eat food right now. And meanwhile, there are people who would literally do anything and die for what I have and what I have access to. And I'm like, wow, and it just made me think like this whole intermittent fasting thing. It made me think it was so dumb. Like I was like, this is so stupid. Like, you know, what's the point? You know what I mean? Because there's literally people, and it's not like it's not happening anymore. There are literal people in the world who don't have access to food, who don't have food, who are hungry. And I was thinking to myself that here I am, like lying down on my couch, choosing not to eat because I'm fasting or I'm intermittent fasting. And it's not. I think it's a different story if it's rooted in religion and culture and customs. That's a community thing. But for me, that's not what this is. I'm just intermittent fasting because I felt like that was weird. I just felt like a cold gust on my foot. And because I just felt like I needed to reset a little bit. And it just made me think, I was like, maybe I should just like not, because I felt like awful. Like, awful. Like, it was, I don't know why I'm laughing. Because when I watched the movie, I was like, this is, like, what am I doing? Like, it made me really rethink my choices, my life choices. Because I'm like, what am I doing? Like, and I went through this whole spiral. But obviously I'm still like intermittent fasting because I don't know. But it just made me think a little bit, you know, and I don't know, I just, yeah, I don't even know what to say from here. Like, I don't know, do I stop fasting because of what I saw in the movie? But then what would that do? You know, yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty old movie, but it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. The performance in that movie is like madness. And the fact that it's true is like, whoa, as well. Yeah, yeah, it just made me think a little bit, you know, it made me think like how stupid this like intermittent fasting thing was. But anyway, I digress. I mean, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about the movie. I was gonna say, what was I gonna say about the movie? Oh, this is what I say. So saying that I can't believe it's actually true because we learn about these things in school, and you know, and it's so crazy to me that, and obviously it's so easy for me to say that this is so stupid that these people like that, you know, Nazis or Germans just think that because these people are Jews or whatever, they're less than. Like, what, like, I was asking myself, like, watching this movie, what makes them less than, and makes you, like, just decide, yeah, I'm gonna do this because why not, you know? And I don't know if I should be talking about this or no, but I'm just talking about the movie, and it was like, it made me think, like, it's so hard, and obviously living in this day and age, literally everyone says it's so hard for me to think that these things actually happen, as well as apartheid in South Africa at home. Like, my mother or my mom would tell me stories, and I've heard stories of like what would happen, like what happened and how people lived, and it's just like, what, like, what, and then you have to like think we are like a forever learning society or species, and I don't know, like the way we do things, I don't know, I'm not, you know, scientific like that, but well, psychological, I don't know, but watched the movie, really moved me in many ways. And I think, what's the dude's name? Yeah, the fact that he was American threw me off. He's American. Obviously, I forgot his name, the actor, but he's well known. Cool guy. I saw like an interview of him, and his accent, I was like, what the? I was like, whoa. But I mean, testament to his acting ability. So yeah, I was gonna watch America Symphony. I think it's a documentary about John Batiste. He's just like insane. I saw a video of him on Instagram earlier today, and I think it was because he was like playing on the piano. Old MacDonald had a farm, and he was like just switching it up into like jazz, gospel, all these things, and I'm like, dude. And I think he went to, did he go to Juilliard? I think so. Yeah, and obviously he's like so talented. And I saw the trailer of the thing, and I was like, I want to watch this, but I haven't watched it, so I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow or something. But speaking of shows or movies, whatever, I'm back on my PLL grind. It's been a minute since I watched Pretty Little Liars, like it's been very long, but I'm back on it. I mean, the last time I can recall watching was in April. Was it April? It was in the beginning of the year, because I remember I was in Pretoria and I watched it there, and I watched a little bit at home, so April, May-ish. But I'm back watching season 5. You know, I forget how good the show is. Like, it's so good. But I wrote here because obviously we know Allison is back and alive, whatever. So, but it's such a weird thing now. Obviously they're gonna explore it as the show goes on, like the dynamic, like what that's gonna be, and like what now, because think about it, the whole like synopsis has been like Allison, is she alive, like what's going on? But now that she's like here, it's like, what now? But I trust the writers. They always surprise me. They always surprise me with the show. But I literally wrote here, I don't want to like Allison. It's been 5 seasons, or it's been 4 seasons, and I've not, okay, hate is a strong word, but I just really disliked Allison, and I want to keep it that way. I'm pretty sure the actor, shout out, she's from Johannesburg, she's from Joburg. I knew as soon as I read her surname, I was like, Pieterse, it's not Pieterse, it's giving Pieterse, Sasha Pieterse, but I don't know if she's Afrikaans or no. But she's from Joburg, which is pretty cool. And I've obviously seen a couple of interviews saying that she's like the best person ever, and I refuse to watch those interviews because I feel like it's too soon. It's a little too soon. I don't want to like Allison, like, and it sounds so dumb. Like what? Like what are you talking about? But I've not liked her this long, and I will keep it that way. I just like not liking her, so I don't want to like her. Now that she's back, I feel like there is an opportunity for the writers to make me like her, and I hope they don't do that. So I'm hoping to keep it that way. And so far, I'm like on episode 5. Yeah, I still don't like the girl, so it's going well. It's going well. And this is the last thing I'll say. Speaking on shows, little connection going on. I started listening. I love podcast shows, but it's I need it to be a moment. Like I can't just listen to a podcast like series like like in the background. I have to like actively put on and I'm listening. Because that's the best way to do it. But I started the show and it's been out for quite a minute, called Ad Lucem. And there's a connection here because Troian Bellisario, who plays Spencer on PLL, Pretty Little Liars, she wrote it. She wrote this thing and directed it with obviously her partner. And she obviously stars in it as well as Cara and as Phil. And I started listening to it. I think I'm on episode 4, and I'm like kind of hooked. I feel like I need earphones because it's just like one of those shows where even like all podcast shows, you just need to have like listen to them on like earphones sometimes. But it's so good. I think the whole like it makes me like a little bit because of obviously the situation and scenarios happening in the show. But I think it's important in many ways, but also just like, what does that sound? It's also a little bit jarring, but it's so good. I love it. And what's his name? Chris Pine is in there, Olivia Wilde. They're all so good in the show, and I'm just excited. And I love podcast shows. I think there's something so sacred about them. And I always, if I talk about a podcast show, I always talk about The Harrowing and how that spooked me a little bit. Okay, if you're new, but if you've listened for a long time, you probably maybe have heard this, but if you haven't, but I listened to The Harrowing, and it was like towards the end, I think Reggae was in it, Reggae-Jean Page, who's in so many things, but mostly known for Bridgerton, season 1. I was washing the dishes at home, and I had my earphones in, and like everyone is asleep. And I'm listening to things like it's loud, and I'm listening to sing. Actually, 2 moments. And they obviously give you a warning to like, I think this was Story Glass. They give you a warning saying that you might feel like things behind you, but this is part of the experience, which is nice, but it's also a bit scary. Okay. And I remember washing dishes, and something scary happened, and I like jolted, like I jumped up. And it like the dishes made like this loud noise, and I was like, and my mom goes, Nana, and I'm like, Ma, and she goes, what's going on? She asked me, what's going on? And I'm like, nothing, I just bumped the dishes. And then she was like, Riba, meaning finish. And obviously go to sleep because it's probably late. And I was like, what thing? And that thing, it actually like scared me. And another moment is when I was like, I think it was the last episode. Took a pretty wild turn there. And I'm like lying down on my bed. And I'm listening to this thing. And I'm literally, this is what I look like lying down. I was listening, like earphones. And my phone is there. And I'm listening like this. I'm like, that is literally me. I was like there. Because you can't sleep. Like, I was listening. Nah, dude, that's weird. But I was listening. I was there like. I was moving so much because I was like, what's gonna happen? Like, what's gonna happen? I was like, whoa. So The Harrowing is a big one, big shout. But obviously the first thing that got me was Treat with Sabrina. No, that's not right. Kiernan. Her name is Kiernan Shipka. She plays Sabrina. She never mentions, but Treat, I listened to it. First time listening to anything, podcast, movie, and it was like so cool. And I was like, this is so cool. And I listened to so many more things afterwards. Another one, and shout out Q Code. Q Code's really been putting them out because I listened to Carrier. I think there was another one before Carrier though. But Carrier, something led me to Carrier. It was a Q Code show, but it led me to Carrier. And then obviously being a huge fan of Q Code, Ad Lucem. So I'm excited for more, so to say. I'm excited for more. What is the time? It is 3:01. The plan was to wake up tomorrow at like 9ish, maybe, go to the gym. 9ish. So honestly, I'm not even gonna put on an alarm we'll just see what time my body wakes up. But what time my body chooses to wake up, she will do what she wants to do. But I do think I'll wake up at like 9:30 or something. To go, I did like a short workout this morning, which was nice. It was like a short little burner. It was while on my fast. I literally can't I can't think of fasting without thinking about The Pianist. I mean, it's good. I love movies that provoke thought. I think those are the most interesting ones because it leaves, like, you leave with something. You know what I mean? But this one, like, it makes me feel, like, I feel like a bad person. Like, I feel awful. Like, I should be doing something, but, like, I don't know. Ugh. Anyway, I think that's what I have for you folks. I'm gonna go sleep now. Oh, did I answer what I was doing? Till 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't think I did. Well, here I am answering. I was grinding history. So for our finals, and I hadn't started because I was busy with my sociology. Like, I was like going crazy with that and finishing that. So it's due Thursday, the day of this episode, at midnight. And I was like, I'm gonna grind today because it was like a reading day, and so there was no classes, so I had no excuse not to like be focused. I went on a run today. So much has happened, but I just like can't. I don't know what's going on. Clearly, I'm tired. What is happening? But that's my it's my card. Yeah, so I grinded history. I already did one, which it took me like, I did it in increments because I did like the first page, took a bit of break or something, then I did the second page, and I went for a run. No, that's a lie. Did the first page, went for a run. Yeah, there we go. Did the second page, went to the gym. Then I grinded the third page, and then I grinded the second one because there's 2 questions. Grinding the second one, so I'm like a page and a half in. So I'm gonna finish that today, aka tomorrow, whatever, and get that done before midnight, and then I can finally prepare for my other finals, being sociology, and I'm low-key stressed about that, but sociology and music. All is well. So let me sit up. I've been like slouching. Thank you for listening. It's been an absolute blast. I've enjoyed. The phone is mounted on a bottle, which I got gifted, as well as this beanie. Crazy story. I was gonna buy a beanie because obviously I have no hair. And then we did the Christmas party and we did Secret Santa, and the person who gave me a gift gave me a beanie, and I was like, this is so convenient. Like, this is the best thing ever. Now I don't have to spend like $20 on a beanie, and it's a low-key nice beanie. And obviously, go app. But yeah, super sick. I'm tired. You're tired. We're all tired. So let me just stop rambling and like close. Let's close this out. So once again, thank you so much for listening. It's been an absolute blast with a tiny mic edition. Hopefully this made like a difference. I don't even know, but it's been fun. So if you made it thus far into the episode, you already know that you are a real one, and I appreciate you more than you know. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm forever thankful for you and your support. If you want to support, I really appreciate that. How you can do that? Great question. You can follow the pod on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow, leave a review, leave a rating, let me know what you like, what you didn't like, what you want to see more of. I'll be more than happy to answer questions and start a conversation with you. You can also follow the pod on, I'm rambling because there's a timer, but you can also follow the pod on Instagram as well, on at NeverLearnPod, as well as Twitter at NeverLearnPodcast. I post there occasionally, so it'll be nice to have you over there. So that being said, folks, this has been fun. And so, mwah, mwah, hugs and kisses all around, always. And I will see you on the next one. Bye. Tiny Mike.